So if you've come here, you've come to the segment about how and what we're going to do with this winch cable for the remote. So I'm not one on drilling holes in things, and so I'm thinking about routing this in such a way that I can put the remote somewhere easy. So there's our remote terminal. Put it where it's easy to plug the remote into, but not into this compartment, because I drill a hole in the compartment. Even if I grommet it and I forge water, we're going to have a problem. I said in my first video that there was a possibility I might run it through there, but I've rethought that plan and we're going to go a different direction. So welcome to the channel, and this is put in the remote handlebar control and connect our remote winch cable for our remote switch. So stick around. So I've been soul searching on how to do this, and I've already said I don't want to drill holes. So my thinking is I've got a little bit of cushioning between the battery and the distribution computer right there. Powertrain control module, in case you're interested. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be leaving the handlebar connector out, and I am just going to conveniently put the rain cap on the winch remote control, and I'm just going to stow it right there because one, all I got to do is open the hood, grab the winch remote, which is still in the bag. One winch remote. I'm going to open the hood to get this anyway, so it's going to stow over here. Now what I am going to do though is I am going to put the handlebar mount on. So we'll and if you've noticed, I have pulled the Polaris, I guess you could say, advertising logo, air dam, black plastic thingy. They're just snapped in, so you just pull straight up, that comes off. So we're going to route up through here into the handlebar. Probably a good idea to take the bezel off for the headlight, and for that you're going to need a T25 Torx bit. So there's Torx bit T25. So let me get this all apart and we'll continue. Okay, so it takes a little bit of work. The 3 T25s will get you where you need to be, but the cover doesn't just exactly snap off. It will unsnap, but you've got to kind of work it a little bit. So if you haven't seen into the back of the Polaris 570 dash, there's really not much there. And I will be doing an install soon because the EPS standard models do not come with a USB port, and since I like to use Onyx off-road, I like to keep my phone plugged in. So at a future video we're going to be doing this all again, and I'm going to be putting that in there, so look for that in the future. The USB high amp port is ordered, just not here yet, so we can't do it all at the same time. But anyway, we're going to concentrate on this handlebar mounted switch. So I think for most of you the thing to do, especially on the Polaris 570s, is you've got this accessory mounting area between the brake and your headlight switch assembly, and that probably would have been the perfect place to put a winch. So in this case I've already used that. I don't have room to slide it over and add something else, and I don't want to realign the brake, so the next reasonable step would be put it right in here. But to do so, I'm going to have to loosen the brake up move this master cylinder out just far enough that I can get the inner bracket behind there. If you've already noticed, I've taken the lower bolt out in preparation of doing that, and I probably will have to turn stuff around or the bolt's going to impede on the brake. So let me work through that and we'll try this again. Okay, so since I have my GPS mount here as aforementioned, I've opted to put it here, and I have taken a T30 Torx bit and loosened that up just enough to give it clearance. I got it back more where I want it. I thought it was a little bit low, won't hurt anything, so I put it back to my taste and tightened it. So now it's just a matter of tightening this stuff, and then the configuration will be to put the switch in place right there, and I've already checked it doesn't interfere with anything in turning the handlebars, so that will allow me to put my hands on the grip and hopefully run that switch. And we'll test that once we get everything tight. I did have to put the bolts in backwards. You do not want to drive those bolts through your master cylinder, so I just spun them around. They're 8mm, so we're going to throw a little power to them and tighten them down. So we'll get back with you when that's done. Now, some of you may ask, how did I get an Allen wrench on the back next to the master cylinder? Well, you got two choices. One, get it where you want it, take the master cylinder completely off with those T30s, or do what I did and you just grab them with a pair of vice grips. So that did the thing. Everything's tight now. The switches are there, and it takes a little maneuver, but you can hang on to the handlebars and run the winch. So, and if you're pulling on something, you have the option of locking the brakes. And on the 570, the handlebar brake will lock both front brakes and the back brake. So you can do that well ahead of time if you're pulling on somebody. And I've always found that you end up using the winch to pull your friends out versus pulling yourself out. But there it is. Next step is we're going to route the wires. We're going to show you how we did that. Okay, so looking back from the front again, we are going to take the Chinese tie wrap off, and you never know which way they're going to twist them, and I generally start by twisting them the wrong way. So we're very simply going to route ourselves along the path of the stock one. Yes, I'm using overkill zip ties, but I like overkill zip ties. So the factory puts the wiring under the dash like so. I'll get that out of the way, it don't belong there. And we'll route this up through here, over the top. Polaris didn't do it, but I will. I'm going to throw a zip tie right on here. And you probably can't see this on the video, but there's a bundle of wires. And I'm just following that bundle of wires and dropping the remote down behind the headlight. So we'll get another zip tie on here. And we've got our cable right down here. Now, I mentioned earlier about putting the excess winch cable down in there in front of the battery. So I've got that all bundled up. Might as well take advantage of that right now. We'll put a zip tie on that. So all I need to do at this point is grab a pair of dikes, trim this up, and we'll put her back together. So once the wires are routed, tucked away nice and cleanly, then we just line everything up, snap them together, tuck that down in a safe spot, turn our key on, and we're going to go out. We should hear the winch run. Yep. And there you go. So there's the remote handlebar switch part of this project. So in my next video, I am going to work on adding auxiliary lighting, because this ATV now has a box on the front, which effectively makes the high beam useless. So putting it back together is just the reverse of disassembly. So we grab our headlight bezel, which happens to be the back of the dash. We're going to line that up. Okay, so you can tell this was done later. So what happened was I took this valance off the headlight and everything slid off, and I thought, okay, well, that was pretty easy. I showed you we had one screw here, we got one in the exact place on the opposite side, and then one up front here. Now what I didn't show you is there's two more screws. So you'll see my blunder later in this video, where I actually had to take those screws out, put the inserts back into here to get that to fit correctly. It doesn't break anything, so if it comes off that way, that's fine, but I promise you, you won't get it back on that way. Not without taking those little holders out. They're just keepers that snap in to this section. So there you go. Okay, so one of the things I didn't realize taking this apart is this guy is held with actually two additional screws. It came out so easy, I didn't think they applied. But right up here in the corner is these little plastic guys. So to put this back together, this is something hopefully you'll watch, is those stay in there, and they are captured by the screws. So there are two extra screws on here. I'm not going to go through and remake the video on how it comes off, but those should come out with it. Now we slide this back in place, careful not to lose our screws, and everything will fit flush. So we start our screws in the top of the dash. If you want to refer back a little ways to when I showed it, you'll see those screws up in the upper right and upper left hand corner, which I'm putting on right now. And then that will lead the way to putting the rest of the screws. Now with the valance back on, around the headlight, I'll rotate down a little bit, and we'll show you just how easy the front cowl piece is to put on. So it's got these little alignment tabs. They slide in there. Once they're slid in there, you got to put a little pressure on them. Snap that side in. we walk around, line up, and slap that side in, and we're back to original. So it's just clean up the stuff, put everything away. But there's how you do the handlebar winch and the remote. So that's my way. Your way may vary, but this all works for me. So if you like this video, hit the like button. Please subscribe, especially if you want to see more of these videos. I don't do it just for quads. I do a lot of different videos, but we're working up from ground zero again because a lot of stuff I had on was dated. So hope you come back and visit with us, but thanks for watching.